I've said this many times before, but if they had ADD back when I was a child, I would have been the poster child. I don't like to wait. I get hyper. I get just, that's me. But you know, we don't like to wait through the drive-through. We don't like to wait at traffic lights. We don't like to wait at the malls. We don't like to wait for our girlfriends or our dates to get ready. Or husbands. Jamie's not here. I'll bring it up again. Let you say it again, in case. You know what? Think about it. We do the microwave thing because we don't like to wait. We simply do not like to wait. Many times we don't like to wait for the computer. Now think about this. 20 years ago, computers were almost obsolete. They weren't around. And now we're angry because it takes 30 seconds to download a file than it does 15 seconds. We need it. We need it now. The problem is this. We've allowed that to translate into our spiritual life. We've allowed that to translate into our spiritual life. Can any good thing come out of waiting? You know, let me be honest with you. Waiting can be the greatest thing that can happen to us. Because we've got some great lessons that we can learn through waiting. I don't like waiting any more than you do. Matter of fact, I was going to order a book today online and have it shipped to me. But then all of a sudden I saw that I could get it as an e-book. And I want an e-book. I don't want to wait for 3 days. I want an e-book. I want it quickly. But you know something? The problem is this, is that delays are going to happen in your life. They are. A delay is going to happen. Now, obviously, we thank God that a delay happened in our life with Aaron. But, oh, Pastor Eddie, you're so funny. You must stay up late at night thinking of these witty, humorous things to say. No, we're glad that you're here, Aaron. But, you know, I want to cover tonight, there are 3 things that we must learn about the delays in our lives. Because let me tell you something. There are some of us that are fighting against the delays in our lives. Matter of fact, I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. And how many of you have ever heard of a discipleship walk? Are you familiar with it? Anyway, I'm going to one. Now, yeah, the ADD poster child is going to be out at Rosa Sharon Campground for 4 days. Without a TV, without this. And I want to tell you what, part of me is going, okay, let's see, I can do this and this. And God has just said, Eddie, I want you to shut up. And I want you to wait. And I want you to listen and to hear what I'm doing. Because many times I'm so busy doing the things for God that I am not hearing from God. And I said, but God, look what I've done. And He said, so? But Lord, look at all the stuff I have done. And you know what He said? He speaks to me often. He's not verbally. But He says, you know, Eddie, so did the Pharisees. They did a lot of stuff. But let's look at the delays in our lives. There are 3 things that I want to leave with you tonight. Number 1 is this, is that a delay can be deliberate. A delay can be deliberate. Now, I know this sounds really strange. You're going, Eddie, give me a break. We don't want a delay in our life. We don't want a deliberate delay in our life. But we must understand that our lives are truly in the hands of God. Really, our lives are in His hand. And delays can be deliberate. You see, the Scripture tells us that the steps of the righteous are ordered of God. That means the steps and the delays are ordered of God. You say, Eddie, I don't believe that. Let me take you back to a story. Think about the story of Lazarus. You remember the word came to Jesus. Jesus, your friend Lazarus is sick. Now you think that He would say, oh, well, let me run to him. Obviously, if I got a phone call and my good friend Justin Baker was sick, I would go down there. Some of you know Coach Cagle, who coaches here. We got a phone call that his son was involved in a car accident on Sunday afternoon and was in the med and was in a coma. He is now in a coma. So immediately, what is my tendency? I called Jeannie and I said, you want to go down and let's go visit him. That's what we naturally do. So why in the world did Jesus say, I think I'll wait? You say, well, Eddie, obviously it's because He didn't care about his friend Lazarus. Well, the problem is this: if we believe that, then what do we do with John 11:35? Jesus wept. Hey, He loved Lazarus. So why did He delay? Why did He delay? Verse 6, when He heard, therefore, that he was sick, He abode 2 days still in the place where He was. And I think it's interesting because I can just hear the disciples going, excuse me, Jesus. I hate to bother you, Master. Perhaps I didn't speak clearly. I said that Lazarus is sick. Okay? Not things are thick or, he is sick. And Lord, I don't think it's a cold. Master, you know better than I do, but Master, I think it's like sick. And then I can just see the day go by, Jesus not doing anything. And then I can see the disciple going, excuse me, Master, I hate to bother you again. Remember we were talking about Lazarus like being sick? Man, let me change a little bit. Master, I think he is going to die. Okay, you ready to go? And I just see the Master going, no, we'll wait. We'll wait. And he's going, and the disciples probably going to John. John, obviously, he's not hearing us. Jesus, he is dying. And he says, hold on. Doesn't sound like he was in too big of a hurry. Why is that? The answer is in verse 15. Look what verse 15 says. He says, then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent that you may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. He's saying, look, Peter, James, John, Thaddeus, it's good that I don't run. It is good that I don't run and heal him. And I can just see the disciples going, okay, Lord, why is it good that you're not going to go and heal him? And I can just see Jesus getting to the tomb of Lazarus. Him walking up and saying, roll the stone away. And they're going, excuse me, Jesus, no offense. He's been in there 3 days. And he stinks. He really smells bad. And I can just see Jesus saying, doesn't matter, open the grave. And I can just see them opening the grave, and I can see Jesus calling out, Lazarus, come forth. And then as Lazarus is walking out in these grave clothes, and everybody is screaming, and they're yelling, and they're going, it's Lazarus, he's alive! And they're screaming. I can just see Jesus turning to His disciples and going, that's the reason I took 2 extra days. Because I wanted you to see that I can raise the dead. And then I can just see Jesus going and turning around. I don't believe he was cocky, but I do believe what he was telling his disciples is this. Guys, there is a reason for the delay. There is a reason for the delay. And he said it's good. Because I can just see him saying to his disciples, Peter, I know that you believe I can heal the sick. But Peter, did you believe I could do this? Peter, did you really believe I could do this? What about it, John? Did you believe I could do this? Sometimes your delays are deliberate. In essence, they are God's mercy and grace in your life. I really believe that we're going to get to heaven one day and we're going to roll the footage of our lives. And He's going to say, Justin Baker, remember when you were delayed here and you really were not sure? Let me show you why you were delayed. And you're going to watch on the big screens of heaven and you're just going to gasp when you go, oh, Lord, thank you for protecting me through that. Lord, thank you for protecting me through that.